Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we're checking out a deck I call Dreadhorde. Lady Danger is a streamer and YouTuber, and she brought a raid over to my channel where she brings her viewers to watch my channel on Twitch, and she showed me a deck list and I liked it. I have made a lot of changes, like we played it for a few hours on ladder, tuned it, and this is where I've ended up. But it's a Jund deck with Dreadhorde, Butcher, and Growth Chamber Guardian in your 2-drops. I added a lot more Legion Warboss and trimmed the Judith. It had 4 Judith, but I just didn't find I was swarming the battlefield enough to make Judith good. And I'm trying Domri's Ambush as a removal spell, which I'm coming around on. And God, I can't click on anything in this deck builder without screwing up the deck. Anyway, Status Statue and Chain Whirler is still here. Rekindling Phoenix is the top end, and some Collision Colossus for the joy of a mega Dreadhorde Butcher is in the deck as well. So it's a fun deck, and I've been, I wouldn't say super impressed. I don't know how competitive to call it, but it does fine on ladder. I'm going to play it in Diamond 1, and we'll see. Maybe it will bring us that mythic glory. She has a sideboard. I don't play it in best of 3. I don't, but maybe that helps some of you who enjoy best of 3. There's some cards over here like Duress and Shivan Fire Lava Coil, Find Finality, Cinder Vines, Collision Colossus, a Fiery Cannonade. What a lull that would be. And then we have some Angrath, no fire, no steel. I did try an Angrath in the main deck for a while. Pretty fun card. The deck is already pretty 3 heavy. Angrath is a 5. It just was a bit of a clunker, but he is a very fun card to have in the deck, and I wouldn't fault any of you for maybe subbing in 1 Angrath. All right, let's go play some Dreadhorde. Hey guys, let's take a quick break to talk about Flipside Gaming's Core 2020 Booster Box giveaway. From now until July 15th, you can win an entire box of M20 for free if you follow these steps. Number 1, find $10 or more worth of stuff at flipsidegaming.com that you like. Easy. They have singles, they have sealed product, and they have all the gaming supplies you need. So, number 2, use the promo code CGB before checkout. This saves you 10% and it supports the channel at the same time. Number 3, complete your order. That's it. Even a mono red player can figure it out. Please check out the links in the description to read the giveaway's rules and conditions, and thank you for supporting the channel. May the best mage win. Slow but on the play, so we'll try it out. Top decking Dreadhorde Butcher would be nice, like super nice. Set up for what you want to see. Nope. All right, you come down tapped. Our opponent opens on a swamp, and what is happening here? Sure. Ah, you're late. You were supposed to show up earlier. I guess I'll see if the opponent feels like trading this. I may as well. As much as I don't really want to throw Butcher Boy off against a Pridemate. Pridemate's probably an important piece of their deck, so I don't think they would have it in there if it weren't, and I don't have an easy way to remove it, so its size could certainly matter if they had all this life gain to go. Got Diamond intro deck. Never mind, the intro part is over. It's Gideon. All right, we'll play you for Warrior, and let's start deploying the Phoenix and see if the opponent has exile effects up their sleeve. They're in black and white. Those colors have exile cards. And it looks like some kind of a Knights deck that also runs Pridemate.
I believe in you.
No block here. I don't want to risk a cast down or something like that, removing the Phoenix when the Phoenix is what's going to go get that Black Blade. So I could use Collision to take out the Black Blade now and not take another 4 damage. I don't think that's necessary. I would like to save it for something else. The opponent could definitely be playing Lyra. Certainly in range. And they didn't stop the first Phoenix, so let's see how they feel about the second. We're probably going to take a big hit here, but I'm not that scared. The opponent's deck Probably doesn't have burn in it. So let's take this damage. And another Pridemate returns, even though the lifelink happened earlier. It's weird. So I feel like I need to send both to the Gideon to actually kill it. If I don't, a cast down could save the Gideon. No, yes. Yes. Definitely could save the Gideon. And we don't want that. So get out of town with that. Now, the unfortunate thing about if the opponent has a cast down is now it's going to hit one of our creatures. So I think it makes a lot of sense to play out both and try to have a blocker. Warrior, come out and play. As much as I hate to blow a Chain Whirler in a deck with Status Statue in it, I think this is the prudent play to not end up at 0 life. More beef. Yep, the opponent's sitting there. They're like, what do I do with this cast down now? If it's Moment of Craving, I'm so happy, but... Okay, Mortify. Not a cast down. You get what I'm saying. Alright, can anything get through the 4-4? Second Gideon. Well, second Gideon's gonna die. There is some concern, though. The opponent has a lot of creatures. War Boss. Well, War Boss throws a token upon the pyre. Of course, Collision Colossus is really good. And this is probably the time. Let's make sure the Gideon dies, but we'll send a token here, so it has to be blocked. Collision Colossus will get it. And then we'll hold back this, because we're at 9 and our opponent's at 22. Is that good reason? Because if they remove the Spellbreaker and I'm left with just a War Boss facing this, I'm almost priced into chump blocking because going to 1 is so bad. So we'll go like this. And make it big. That won't do, will it? No, it will not. We'll have to go up top. The first strike would kill this before it got to trample over, so we have to go up top. Off with his head. So, what's up? You've got your little bears. I got my beasts. Ooh, Oath of Kaya. Well, the only good target's the War Boss. It does grow you to a 3/3. It's not big enough yet to be a super threat. There's that draw. If I kill this, well, I guess there's 2 black permanents on the battlefield. But yeah, let's peck away with 1 bird for a while and try to hold this off for the right target. Like I said, Lyra is definitely in range for a deck like this. So having an answer to the Lyra on tap. Sorin. Okay. What do you do? The Planeswalkers have been a real pain in my butt. Sorin could get back another Pridemate, and chooses to. Everybody is in. Okay. It's an opportunity to kill some stuff. They all have lifelink. So this is going to become a 4/4 from the first strikes, but it's 2 occurrences of it, right? So does that make this a 5/5? I think it does. Still, we should block it. The question is, if I kill Hexproof from black, okay. So if I kill this first, I still am going to take this out, right? So I kill their black. I kill this black permanent. This has Hexproof from black, so I can't target with a statue. I target this with statue, kill it. This dies in combat. This goes to a 4/4, but dies against the Phoenix. This goes up to a 4/4, and then we kill the Soren. It goes up to a 5/5. I think this is right. So here's what I was talking about. The lifelink happens first from Soren, and then this becomes a 4/4. If I had let the knight live, it would have been a 5/5. And if I had blocked the other knight the way I originally had it, I wouldn't have been able to target that knight. All right. Nice pull. Death to the Soren. Now, I could keep 2 Phoenix to threaten to double block the Pride Mate, so that I don't have to trade the Spellbreaker. At this point, this feels like a battle of board position, not a battle of speed, especially since we're at 7 and the opponent is at 30. So I'm gonna take my time. Triple Bird. Remember the card Declaration in Stone? The opponent is wishing they had the card Declaration in Stone. That's a nice rip. That is a nice rip. This isn't a fight effect. If I target the Spellbreaker, and then the Pride Mate, guess what? They gone. All right, 1 turn clock. What does the opponent pull? If they pull that Lyra now, I'm gonna cry. Okay. Whew, got there. Interesting game against an off-meta deck. You have to enjoy those. All right, on the play I can try it. We don't have a green source for the ambush. We're gonna need to draw it. But if we don't, and we draw a bunch of spells, that's fine too. As long as they're not spell breakers. Unclaimed territory won't function as a green source for the ambush, so we might get punished. I'll take my chances. Flower Flourish. We playing against tokens? Oh, worst draw possible. Oh, but we have Chain Whirler against tokens. We might be able to set up a pretty epic status statue Chain Whirler event. Get out of here. All right, War Boss, I need you to take care of the fam because we've done nothing but the worst. Nothing but the worst. Tithe taking, okay? It's fine, I guess. We're gonna boss you around. I wanna push you around. Well, I will. So we could send this War Boss to trade with this Tithe Taker, turn that into a 1/1, and also have a 2/2 Goblin. At this point, I think I'm fine just making more and more tokens for a few turns, because the opponent often doesn't run a lot of ways to deal with these. Conclave Tribunal is an example. And a Loxodon comes down. All right. And the green source shows up. Well, I can play this Chain Whirler, then put a counter on with Domri's Ambush and fight down the Loxodon. Now, there might be a better place for this Chain Whirler somewhere. Actually, I can't do that in 1 turn. I don't have the right amount of mana. All right. Down. So, I guess it's just play a Guardian. Token. We're still gaining a token here. If we send in the War Boss, yeah, we do a lot of damage. The next turn's Chain Whirler is probably very good. So do we send the War Boss is? So if the opponent blocks here, these both become 2/2s. If they block one War Boss, they take 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're at 5, facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures next turn. Seems like they would have to play a lot of creatures. Now they're green-white tokens, so they can, but we also have the Ambush and the Chain Whirler. So if they play a bunch of small creatures, we can sweep them up. So I think this is right. All right, Guardian. Who's the token deck? This guy's token deck. March of the Multitudes at instant speed is a bit of a scary event that could occur. And we have Mara. What else you got? Okay, so I'm going to try to fight the Amara now, which will force the opponent to play the March in response, and if they don't play it in response, they won't have the green mana available. So +1 plus... hold on. First, let's go Dreadhorde Butcher, because a counter on this creates more damage. And the opponent will scoop it up. So we're going to play Dreadhorde Butcher, use Domri's Ambush to fight the Amara. See if the opponent responds, then do the math. Probably swing with everything. Probably win. Okay, it's another hand without green mana. But we'll draw it, right? I mean, mulliganing these is just so... And I have a removal spell for their early Steamkin or whatever. It's just such a bad mulligan. We'll draw a green source off the top. This game will be great. It'll be fine. Okay, see? Told ya. Told ya. And we're up against Esper, the Nemesis. We have a lot of effective cards against them, but of course, all they have to do is like Thought Erase and then do their nonsense. Grow the Guardian. Then we're still really... I guess we're not terribly soft to a Teferi, but then we just have 2 Guardians on our hand. I think it's better to get the War Boss going. I think that's the best thing to do against Teferi Time Raveler, which is the most likely reason an opponent would keep a hand this slow. Oath of Kai isn't bad either, but you shock yourself. And if they kill the War Boss, they get adapted on. And if they kill the Guardian, they get War Bossed all over them. So, choices are hard. That's not the draw I wanted, but yeah. Let's be 4/4. Don't want to overcommit into that Wrath, and I have a token out to attack a Teferi if the opponent goes that road. And let's get some damage in. Hero Precinct 1. Sure. Kill your Guardian. Yeah, that's a good combination of cards too. That's a good way to do it. Alright, we've got Collision Colossus, we've got Gruul Spellbreaker. I don't think the opponent will want to block the Spellbreaker. Also got a Chain Whirler. We could see if the opponent will block the token, then Chain Whirler could kill both of their things. I doubt that's what they would do though. I think they would just either trade the token. I think they'd be happy to trade the token. Man, this is a rough one because there's a lot of ways to go. I guess we could attack and see if the opponent blocks poorly, and then probably the next step is to Lightning Strike away the hero. Or we could just not worry about the tokens because we have a Chain Whirler and just develop and work on developing our board. So I guess I'll play you as a 4/4. If the opponent makes a bunch of tokens here, Chain Whirl them up. The key is we don't really want to trade anything for the tokens. Alright, that's obnoxious.
You'll thank me later. That's more like it.
Alright, well they are on 3 cards, but we need land to play our things. So, hero gets in there. Shock and Lightning Strike can take out the heroes. Or we can play the Chain Whirler, sweep the tokens, but then if they still have the heroes, they just make a bunch more of them. So yeah, let's get the heroes off the board. We have to do it now because of the Time Raveler. And no attacks.
Trust me, I have a plan.
This is where Thought Erasure is pretty brutal. Wow, aggressive. I mean, I guess there isn't much going on, but they know about the Spellbreaker. Sends a message if they just attack into that. Having both Collision Colossus in hand here is really hurting, and so is that Growth Chamber Guardian off the top. Well, let's see what happens. They just sat tight on nothing. And now I get their Teferi. I guess they must have another one. Let's see it. Okay, Oath of Kaya again. There was, I guess you don't just target a token with that, so that makes sense. Okay, their hand is looking soft. It's looking a bit soft to me. I know about this, they know about this, and it has hexproof on my turn, so I may as well get in there. Hasties. Alright, let's turn this thing around. We've got a lot of spells. I'm not sure they have a lot of things. That's pretty good. It's really good. Another Chain Whirler. So what do you think? Do I play out my own Spellbreaker, make it a 4/4? Try to set up some collision attacks? Sounds right to me. Now we just have to pace out these threats and try to get there. I can't believe we've been stuck on 3 lands this whole game. Look at our opponent. 8 lands. Aggressive. Holy crap. What do you got? Must be something to deal. This has hexproof now, so I'm wondering what that play was. Alright, pay 2 life. Let's get busy. Opponent's got a something. Is it a Tyrant Scorn, perhaps? Tyrant Scorn, bounce your hostage taker, get this. I think they would have done that. That's a play they would have made, right? So what is it? Another Mortify? They would have used it on the Spellbreaker already. Do I risk a blowout? This isn't doing anything really on my turn. I guess we can hold it back and then we could double block with the Guardian to force the issue on the opponent. So yeah, let's just go Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker on Spellbreaker violence. I only have 1 green source, don't I? It's pretty heartbreaking. I guess I need my opponent to play a big flyer for this collision to be useful. Jesus, should have checked my mana. All that thinking about the wrong thing. That's magic. Oath of Kaya, ouchie. Alright, well I guess we're going to have to D up now. Don't really want to take all that damage anymore. But I'm glad we at least left the token around. Opponent's at 12, but now they tap their creatures, so Warboss can come out and be somewhat effective. They've got something. Something they're epically slow rolling. But yeah, let's get in there with our token. Or they're just full control moding. They're try-harding super hard, right? They don't know about this Guardian, so they don't know what we're leaving open. Now we're set, okay? Whiff, 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 whiff. The Esper hero deck does whiff sometimes on a Narset, but not today. Today they are Teferi. Okay.
Sorry I'm late.
Yep. That's bad.
Let's take it back.
Alright, so let's block here, go to 2. Now, if we go to 2, we can't attack Planeswalkers anymore because of Oath of Kaya, but my plan is to turn around and try to win. So I pump this with the Collision Colossus, I untap, I attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh, it's so close. So am I better off trading with the Spellbreaker and living to see a longer game? I think I am. Unfortunately, I can't quite kill them. Let's do that math one more time. 1, 2, new token, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is not 11. And if I can't kill them, they're going to pull away with this game. So we need to be able to still attack our opponent's planeswalkers in order to stay in it. So if I'm buying one more attack step with this play, that's what I'm going to do.
I must stay focused.
Alright, this is going to hurt, but we're going to keep Narset from digging for another excellent spell that our opponent really needs here.
So much commotion.
Play a Growth Chamber Guardian. Play this tapped. And try to hold it together. It's all up to the top of the deck now. A land. A land meets a land. There is another Spellbreaker on top. Shuffling it away. Ugh. When it could be very, very powerful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If the opponent blocks nothing, they die. Let's see what happens. Whatever they do block, we're going to eat their Hostage Taker. They need to top deck Oath of Kaya to Fairy Time Raveler to win. There's the block. That last card, I'm putting them on a blank because it's been nothing this whole time. Feels like it has to be, and I mean has to be, a blank, that they're just like running full control mode. The try-hardiest of tryhards. Alright, Growth Chamber, come on down. Does our opponent draw to Fairy Time Raveler or Oath of Kaya right here, right now? Yes. Tough game. I hope you enjoyed these games with Danger Jund deck. I like the Butcher, the Dreadhorde Butcher very much in this pile. I also love the Chain Whirlers and the War Bosses. Wouldn't change much about that. It's another fun take on like basically a red-green aggressive strategy with a few of those sweet black cards mixed in. So with that in mind, thank you for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.